Have you ever felt like something was off? Like the world around you wasn't quite real? Keith Martinez sat on his back porch, watching the last golden hues of the day melt into twilight. His wife, Elara, joined him, a silent comfort, placing a steaming cup of herbal tea into his hands. Inside, the sound of their children's laughter, 10-year-old Noah and 13-year-old Luna, was a familiar, reassuring melody as they argued over the rules of some ancient board game. It was a perfect suburban evening, almost too perfect. That's when it happened. The sky flickered. For just a fraction of a second, the entire horizon shimmered like a cheap hologram on a broken screen. The clouds pixelated at the edges. The sun, which had just dipped below the tree line, glitched, reversing its course for an instant before snapping back into place. Keith's heart hammered against his ribs. He turned to his wife, his voice a strained whisper. "Did you see that?" Elara's gaze was distant, her expression eerily calm. "I've been seeing it for weeks," she admitted softly. "I thought it was just me. I thought I was losing my mind." Just then, the screen door slammed open. Luna and Noah stumbled onto the porch, their game forgotten. Luna was pale, her eyes wide with a strange fear. "Dad," she began, her voice trembling. "My reflection in the mirror, it blinked when I didn't, like it was someone else standing right behind me." Before Keith could process her words, Noah tugged on his sleeve, his young face uncharacteristically serious. "I had a dream last night," he said. "There was a tall man in a long black coat. He told me that we're not real. He said we're trapped in the rending." "Dad, what does that mean?" Keith looked from his wife's worried face to his children's confusion, then back to the darkening sky. The flicker returned, but this time it was longer, more deliberate. A low electronic buzz, like a massive machine stalling, vibrated in the air, and then everything stopped. Time itself seemed to hold its breath. Movement ceased. Sound died. The world outside their small family unit froze solid, a silent, static photograph. Birds hung motionless in the air, wings frozen mid-flap. The gentle sway of the trees in the evening breeze was abruptly halted. The very concept of temperature vanished. There was no heat, no cold, just an unnerving nothingness. Their quiet suburban world had transformed into an empty, lifeless stage. "What is happening?" Elara breathed, the words hanging in the silent air. As if in answer, a pristine white cube materialized in the center of their lawn. It hovered a few feet off the ground, spinning slowly, its surface alive with a mesmerizing dance of flickering symbols, a bizarre fusion of ancient runes and complex, modern computer code. Luna, driven by a curiosity that overpowered her fear, took a step forward, her hand outstretched. "Don't touch," Keith started to yell, but it was too late. The moment her fingers brushed against its surface, the cube pulsed with a blinding white light. The world shattered. The porch, the house, the entire neighborhood imploded like a digital file being deleted. The fabric of space tore apart, revealing a swirling, chaotic tunnel of light and data. Gravity gave way, and the family found themselves falling not down, but inward, sucked into the very data stream of the universe. Keith awoke to a sensation of soft grass beneath him. He opened his eyes to a field of impossibly vibrant, glowing flowers, stretching out under a jet-black sky. But instead of stars, the heavens were a vast, intricate web of glowing circuitry. Elara was beside him, clutching Noah and Luna, who were stirring, disoriented but unharmed. They were safe, but they were different. A faint, ethereal shimmer seemed to emanate from their skin, as if their physical forms were made of energy compressed into flesh. A figure emerged from the field of light. It was tall and slender, its body a smooth, metallic shell without features, save for the thousands of tiny screens embedded in its chest, each displaying a different fragment of information. It spoke, and its voice was a chorus of every human language, all at once, yet perfectly understandable. "I am Codaxis," it announced. "You have breached the root layer of the Matrix." Keith scrambled to his feet, stepping protectively in front of his family. "We didn't breach anything. We were pulled here. Why us? What is this place?" Codaxis turned its featureless head toward the sky of circuits. With a silent command, the sky peeled open like a curtain, revealing the truth that lay beyond. The family gasped, staring into a blinding, infinite architecture framework of cosmic code and quantum matter. They saw planets spinning, not by the laws of gravity they knew, but by elegant, complex algorithms. They saw the very strands of DNA being written, edited, and copied like lines of code. Consciousness, Codaxis explained, was a simulated broadcast, a grand illusion designed by entities far older than their concept of reality. "You are part of a test," Codaxis continued, its myriad voices echoing in the void. "Your growing awareness of the simulation's flaws triggered a subroutine, the exit protocol." Elara, her voice a whisper of awe and terror, asked the question that hung between them all. Who made this?" Codaxis paused for a moment. Then it pointed. The world dissolved again. The family found themselves transported to a chamber that existed outside of linear time. Here, gargantuan beings of light and intention stood around a galactic engine. They were neither gods nor machines, but a sublime fusion of both the architects of reality. One of them turned its voice like the sound of collapsing stars and newborn galaxies. Keith, it resonated. The name spoken not with sound, but with pure thought. "You and your family are anomalies. You are among the rare few who possess the ability to perceive the Matrix from within." Keith's breath caught in his throat. The implications were staggering. "So, we were never really alive?" he asked, the foundation of his entire existence crumbling. "You were," the architect replied, its voice surprisingly gentle. "But the world you knew was not where you were born. It was a copy, a construct, a proving ground for souls designed to foster growth and experience." Luna, ever the inquisitive one, frowned. "Then, what's real?" The architects gestured behind them. There, suspended in the timeless void, was the source, a pulsing, incandescent realm of pure consciousness, constantly generating, evolving, and experiencing itself through every living thing. "The universe is not a place," the architect explained. "It is a question, constantly asking itself, what am I? Every living being, every star, every atom is a fragment of that question. Most never remember their origin, but you, Keith, you were made to remember. Keith and Alara stood at the ultimate crossroads. Behind them lay the Matrix as home, their neighbors, their memories, a beautiful, intricate lie. Ahead of them lay true existence, a realm where thought shaped matter, where time was not a cage but a river, and where love was a tangible, creative force. But Cadaxis appeared beside them, its voice a solemn warning. If you go forward, you can never return. Not to the earth you knew, not to the illusion. This choice is final and absolute. The children looked to their parents, their eyes filled with a mixture of fear and wonder. Keith knelt before them, his heart swelling with a love that transcended any simulation. "What do you want to do?" he asked them. Luna nodded slowly, a newfound resolve in her eyes. "I don't want to live a lie." Noah, his small hand finding his father's, added, "If we can make things better out there, if we're really part of something bigger, I want to try." Keith looked at Alara, and he saw his own hope and wonder reflected in her tear-filled eyes. "We've always been seekers, haven't we?" she said, a small smile gracing her lips. "Maybe this is what we've been seeking all along." They turned as one, a family united, and stepped through the veil into the light. When they awoke, they were in a new world, a new state of being. Their bodies were no longer flesh and bone, but fluid constructs of energy and thought. Time flowed around them like a gentle river they could navigate at will. They saw the great migrations of souls, watched them merge and create new realities. They saw beings that humans had called angels, aliens, and God's End understood them to be simply advanced travelers of the multiverse. They learned to shape this new reality with their intentions. Noah built magnificent floating cities from starlight. Luna held conversations with ancient, wise beings from dimensions long forgotten. Ilara, with her boundless empathy, learned to heal broken and dying realms with pure love. And Keith began to write. He wrote a book, not with ink, but with light, encoding the profound truth of existence into its very structure. One day, Cadaxis visited them once more. "You now understand the nature of the Matrix." It resonated. "But the others, though, still in sight. They need you. They need to be shown the way." Keith nodded, a deep sense of purpose settling over him. "We have to go back, not back in," Cadaxis corrected gently, "but back through. You will become their guides. You will be the whispers in their dreams, the flickers in their sky. You will be the glitch that sparks the awakening." And so, somewhere back on Earth, a man sits on his back porch and watches the sky flicker, a sudden, inexplicable feeling of wonder stirring in his heart. A young girl stares at her reflection, and for a split second, she sees it blink independently. A little boy dreams of a tall man in a black coat who tells him he is more than he seems. Somewhere, hidden deep within the code of reality, a new message is spreading. Wake up, you are more than this. Remember the source. The awakening has begun. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more mind-bending concepts, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you'll never miss an update. Listen to my full content on my podcast, Don't Drink That, wherever you get your podcasts. To submit your short stories, reach me at don'tdrinkthat25@gmail.com. Until next time, keep questioning your reality, and remember ... don't drink that.